Hey, Warpugs. So this is Casual Geographic, and this is why you can't have a baby elephant for Christmas, which I don't know why you would want to have a baby elephant for Christmas anyway, because not only are you feeding it a lot of food right now when it's a baby, the thing's going to grow to the point where it's going to eat you out of house and home, literally. I mean, an elephant wouldn't fit in this room I'm in, which is... I mean... Look, I know that Dad told me that he'd get me a pony, but at the same time, I didn't want a pony. I want a G.I. Joe. It is what it is, Warpugs. Casual Geographic, all of his links are in the description down below. It looks like he was out and about, so I'm wondering where he went. I do know that he goes a lot of places to like visit animal sanctuaries and stuff like that. I'm wondering if he is going to be doing this entirely from one. It'd be the first one I saw of him actually doing a video of that sort, and I'd like to see really what he's up to. But we're gonna jump into this. Warpugs, all the Casual Geographic links are gonna be in the description down below. Be sure to hit subscribe. I know 50% of you aren't, and it makes me cry inside. Let's get into it.
Just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all because I know there's. Hey, you guys. Just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all because I know there's a lot of accusations, a lot of misconceptions regarding where I've been, why I haven't posted in a while, my coming back, and you know, I'm not really good at making these kind of videos, but you know, I think it's time I address the elephant in the room.
Ever since I was a baby, elephants were the animals that were my favorite, and this summer I became the favorite animal to an elephant's baby.
Nice.
And I learned that baby elephants are the most dangerous, reckless, logically bankrupt, whatever this is, threats to human welfare, and the cutest thing I've ever run away from. This is the face of a war criminal. So in case you were considering adopting this cankled crash out into your life, I traveled halfway around the world to beef with a baby elephant, so you don't have to. This is baby June. She's a
Dude. Come on. Are you kidding me? I would love to be around a baby elephant for like 5 minutes. No longer than 5 minutes. No longer than 5 minutes. He's told me what they do. Anyhow, let's go.
9-month-old wrecking ball on 4 legs with no regard for human rights. You see, June be wanting to play, and you got to tell her no, but she don't listen. And that's the problem. Baby elephants are too playful for the... Well, actually, it is for their good. You'll notice that a lot of the smartest animals are also the most playful, and playing actually consolidates the skills you'll need later in life. It's actually been proven that the elephants that play the most as kids end up more well-adjusted and adaptable as adults.
Nice.
That's why you'll see these videos of elephants chasing around birds, chasing around dogs, and just wrestling each other. Problem: it's one thing for an elephant to roughhouse another elephant. Getting hawked down by a 900-pound toddler that doesn't know their own strength is a different heart attack. And do not tell me June didn't know what she was doing, because she kept trying to act cute in my face, only to bum rush me from behind. Oh, and they're a car-sized St. Bernard. You run, they see that as a license to chase.
You go again, June, stop.
Speaking of which, the other reason baby
That
elephants
is
are bad for your
amazing.
health. When baby elephants get excited, they make a lot of sounds. They're actually pretty noisy animals in general. Problem is, elephants are also some of the most overprotective mothers on earth, and hearing their baby make any noise sends them running. They literally warn you not to rile up June, because she might think she's playing, whole time she just accidentally called a hit out on you. Keep in mind, elephants are pregnant for 2 months short of 2 years. That's a nearly 2-year internal investment, and you're grass if she thinks you're threatening it. To be fair, if you heard your child yell from across the house just to find a random man posted up next to your spawn, no amount of backpedaling will keep him in present tense.
No, that would be a very, very bad sign. I would not... While that down there is cute, I wouldn't want to piss off the thing behind it.
Doesn't change the fact that June raised my health insurance with a different kind of charge. Yeah, baby elephants can be remarkably bad for your health. To be fair, we're kind of a disaster for theirs. We took the biggest animal on land and made their land the smallest it's ever been, and believe me, as hard as you think uprooting a family of several thousand-pound plus-size lawnmowers is, it is harder. In fact, I challenge you to play this game. 10 minutes, you'll wonder how the elephants made it work, because this game gives you a small taste of what the elephants had to go through. Alright, hold on, let me do the... Okay.
Go
Beast
for it.
Lord: The New Land is an animal-themed strategy mobile game. Not only does it flex vivid level designs and graphics, not only do you get more than 500 different animals to add, it shows why elephants probably hate us, because this game gives you the same problem we gave them. Your previous home is now completely unlivable, so you, Beast Lord, have to find a new place to lead your pack. You even get a spirit guide in the form of a baby elephant, and I can't believe it took me actually playing to know that. Like, do y'all not know me? I should have led with that. And just like with wild elephants, you choose how you want to proceed, and you can play the role of collector, invader, or developer. Each has their own buffs and nerfs. Like, if you're just starting out, you're better off as a collector, since that means more resources early on. But when time comes to attack, your army will be slower, war and you're probably getting steamrolled. And like some choose crime, and we'll get to that, you can opt for invader, living off pillaging, and you even heal faster in battle. So
this will
like
be in the description down below,
except when you
guys.
go grocery shopping, because resource gathering, that's where you get nerfed. And the same way elephants influence the world as a keystone species, you can too by choosing developer, influencing the very landscape of the game. But just like a matriarch leading the herd, every decision you make determines whether you prosper or perish. But no pressure, have fun with it.
No
and to
pressure.
make sure you do, Beastlord's got an exclusive offer, and if you use the code BL777, you'll score free startups and resources you're gonna be glad you had. I'm sure they wish they did, so to start with over 10 million already have, download Beastlord the New Land using the link in the description and start paying reparations to these elephants. You'd think June was the manifestation of unbridled generational rage. Almost the opposite, because the other dangerous thing about being around a baby elephant, well, you know how humans are the smartest things alive, allegedly. But our babies have a self-preservation.
Very allegedly.
Of a kumquat because the learning curve is so high. There's so much elephants have to learn about elephanting that they start off kinda, I want to say unaware, which would explain why June didn't get that my pelvis physically couldn't handle a lapdog in the weight class of a cow. So yeah, you can actually get loved to death by an elephant that doesn't know any better. We're talking about a baby animal that's
It just wants to hug you. Look at its little face and floppy ears. It's so cute.
sometimes steps on its own trunk. It can take 1 full year to figure out how to use it. Or you know, 9 months in motivation. Yeah, June ate my poncho. Like right off my chest. Now wearing green around animals that eat grass for a living, that was a decision. But that trunk's another reason a prepubescent pachyderm can be really bad for your house, because understand, nothing's out of reach. Also, there's power in that trunk. Her name's June, but she easily could have had me feeling the Mayweather in September if she swung. And if you think she couldn't move you like a gust of wind, you're lying. And I know I kind of implied they're dumb, but like, only in the ways that are inconvenient. They know to mess with tourists for a response, and they don't forget who gave them the best one. So June targeting me, that wasn't an accident.
No.
So yeah, baby elephants are much more of a life hazard than you ever could have imagined. Question is, why did I do that to myself? Well, if this video gets, I'm gonna say 150k likes, I'll go to an elephant sanctuary somewhere and record it. 150k likes, 150k likes, 150.
500 people per year, and it's mostly Asian elephants.
Dude, that has gotta be a trip and a half. One of these days, I hope I can do stuff like this, heavily supervised, because me and animals, I like to leave them alone. I'd like to go to an animal sanctuary and help the animals, but for the most part, I don't want to be pissing off the animals.
They know the routine by now.
Yeah, I'm a man of my word, so I knew I was gonna have to see some elephants. What I didn't know was just how hard it'd be to find the right place, and to explain why, we gotta go back.
Okay.
The relationship between Asian elephants and people is wildly toxic, and it starts with people destroying their habitats and taking over their ancestral avenues. But you remember what I said about that learning curve? Yeah, they wasn't going for that. As arguably the smartest thing alive that's not us, the elephants just adapted, and then you had families of elephants raiding crop fields at night or even breaking into houses to steal rice.
There you go.
That's all it takes. Because on one side, you got farmers trying to defend their livelihood from a 4-ton marauding raccoon, and on the other side, elephants are just trying to live a life that people have made that much harder.
Imagine thinking you're in charge and then that damn thing shows up. You are no longer in charge. Your privilege papers have been absolutely revoked.
It's a vicious cycle, with elephants often getting injured or even killed by farmers protecting their stock, while hundreds of people get flatlined by those same elephants each year. And you already know, if an elephant murks a person, it's likely getting put on a shirt in retaliation.
Right.
But it's also proven that kind of activity causes genuine PTSD in the survivors, making them that much more trigger happy. An unpopular opinion, I never liked how y'all made fun of this woman. Like, yeah, she could have done the elephant dirty and gotten got. That elephant also could have been a hurricane on 4 legs that was finna life retire the first person she ran into, and Maya Murmu got cheated out the game of life. Now add elephants getting exploited for things like logging companies, and you realize that somewhere an elephant with internet made this and wanted problems. Logging was especially nasty, since the Ellies would be separated from their families, abused, and usually disabled by the end, since a lot of times they'd get injured but would be forced to work through it. Logging was made illegal in Thailand, but now there was a problem. Suddenly a bunch of elephants were out of work, and unemployment don't really work when you put away shacks weight and food a day. Now the only reason I brought all of that up is because it directly led to the problem I had. Stay with me now. So many elephants with nowhere to go, a bunch of sanctuaries started opening their doors, and it seemed like the perfect compromise. The Ellies are taken care of and get to retire, and people get to see these absolute units up close. Except a lot of times, it's the worst kind of trap. A lot of these sanctuaries are just the same problem with different gift wraps. Stay with me. You know how it became common knowledge that elephant riding is a great time for anyone not an elephant? It's cruel, it's hell on their back, and the way they do it, we'll get to that. But basically, Elephant riding became a massive red flag for a reason we'll also get into, and most sanctuaries trashed it. But there's also many that offer elephant washing, and that might not seem as bad. So again, I'ma really need y'all to stay with me. Wild elephants aren't strangers to water, but they don't spend all day in there, and they kind of just go as they choose. Problem is, when you sell tourists the promise of washing an elephant, and they pay for it, an elephant that doesn't feel like it is bad for business.
Right.
So these trunk merchants end up not having a choice, and sometimes they'll even hide bull hooks in the water to goad the elephants where they want them.
Oh,
By
come
the way,
on.
That's a bull hook, and they've actually been banned in zoos. They were so cruel, and that's a problem, because if you don't know any better, you might think you're having a wholesome moment. Whole time they're suffering and you're funding it. You know, I'll go even further. Those places where you can get a painting from an elephant, same thing. The elephant's just doing the same thing that it was slavishly taught to do since birth, often also at the threat of a bull hook. And it's not just elephants. You might remember that era of people taking pictures with tigers and putting them on Tinder. Hopefully that's the closest they ever got to pull. Often the tigers are declawed, defanged, and higher than Shaggy, they're drugged beyond belief. Basically, if you have a whole wild animal, one with a known human body count, just sitting there like a trained dog, yeah, you know something ain't right. And these traps are literally everywhere, and they're really easy to fall for. I remember how much I wanted to see one of those otter cafes in Japan, until I found out how utterly egregious that would be. So now you see my problem. If I don't go to a sanctuary, then I'm the guy that lied to millions of people. If I do go but promote the wrong one, at that point I might as well just nuke my channel. But then I thought, I shouldn't worry about going to a good elephant sanctuary. I should go to the elephant sanctuary. And on that note, introducing... This is Lek Chyler. Her name means tiny. She's about 4'10", and she's the biggest fucking G you'll ever meet. She's an animal lover with an elephant-sized soft spot in her heart. It's low-key medically alarming, but she seems fine. And when she was young, she witnessed the horror of the elephant logging and riding business. I know I said we get back to the training stuff, so... yeah, because out of all the things I've talked about, this might unironically be the most disturbing. You ever wonder how a highly intelligent animal known to get people PTSD takes so much grief from something 40 times lighter? Unfortunately, it's called the crush, and it involves isolating a baby elephant, tying it to a box, and beating it. For 24 hours, bull hooks, nails, chains, all of it. Why? Well, you remember how I said the mothers are overprotective? Well, elephants are also the biggest mama's boys in nature, and this brutal brainwashing means their love for their mother now gets overshadowed by their new fear of man. And if it doesn't work in the first 24, then they just go back for another 24 hours. And then another, and then another, until eventually the baby's...
Dude, no, this is gonna upset the hell out of me. This is gonna upset the hell out of me.
Too traumatized to even look at its mother. It's called the crush because they literally crush their spirit. You look them in the eyes, there's nothing left. I'm not showing videos because one, YouTube seems to hate talking about animal abuse more than they hate the abuse itself, and two, I don't know if you've ever heard an elephant scream for its mother, but mama, sorry for my language, that shit will fuck you up. That's the part of riding an elephant you don't see, and I'ma just say, I rode an elephant as a kid. That memory will forever be tainted. Yeah, Lex saw that and that was her villain origin story, or at least part of it. Because she obviously tried to spread the word, but not only was elephant trekking a huge business in Thailand, it was a business her own family was in. So that villain story just went joke.
God.
But didn't I tell you Tiny is a G? She wasn't going for it, and she kept applying pressure. And while she did make noise, she'd be doubly disowned by the government and her own family. Well, not all of them, because the elephants would be her family. In 1995, Lek Chyler would found the Elephant Nature Park near Chiang Mai, Thailand, which has since rescued over 200 elephants, where not a single bull hook's used and a trunk tyler has no reason to fear people, which gave me every reason to fear June. That girl legitimately terrorized me, and the worst part is I'll let her do it again, no questions asked. You know they put elephants first when you got baby June out here wildin'. So yeah, after hearing about it, reading about it, and even watching a movie about it, I knew exactly where I was going. And after 20 hours, a couple layovers, and a drive up a mountain my nerves did not appreciate. Oh Lord, he coming! Nice. First thing they did when we got there was hand me a bucket of watermelon, which I thought was a sick joke until I realized it wasn't for me. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might have a question. Casual, what's the difference between feeding an elephant and washing or riding one? I'm so glad you asked. The whole point is these problem sanctuaries have elephants doing things they wouldn't be doing in the wild. Yeah, elephants spend 20 hours a day eating. You'd have to really commit to overfeed one. It's also good because the mahouts raising them can motivate them with food. No hooks required. And that's what makes EMP so great, because even though it's Thailand, everything runs on EST. Elephant standard time. Like, you pay to be around elephants, but they decide what you do and how long you do it.
There
For
you go.
example, where they dropped us off and where we went to go meet the rest of the herd was about a 20-30 minute walk in theory. Yeah, it took 2
In
hours.
theory.
'Cause EST means if an elephant pulls over and says it's snack time, then it's snack time. No discussion. And if you get caught in the rain because an elephant decides to do skincare, then that's what it is. If you mad, meditate on it. Oh, speaking of the others, it wasn't just June. I also met this young lady, Gampang. And when I say young, I'm talking 51 trips around the sun.
Oh my
and here
God.
You got Nungpup. She's 44 with plenty of room for more. Also, you don't just play with pachyderms all day. You actually go through a day in the life of a volunteer here. Like learning how to make an elephant's favorite snack. Rice balls with bananas, tamarinds, and maize. And you can't tell, but I was strongly considering taking one for myself. Oh, the smell. I just know it was buzzing. Also got to meet the resident angsty teenage male, and yeah, everything I have joked about June goes doubly dead serious for Buddy. The males get solitary confinement, and before you feel bad, it's for a very good reason. Anyway, you get to see elephants in their natural and even learn stuff along the way. Elephants are walking instruments. You wouldn't believe the kind of sounds that come out of them. I also never realized how much I needed elephant ASMR. The other thing is, elephants make a lot of noise. Except when they don't want to. When elephants go incognito, they don't make a sound, and since they're technically always tiptoeing, you really might not hear them coming. If you're trying to set a record for weight loss, there'd be times I'd turn away for half a second and 6,000 pounds of mass would just be missing. It was actually kind of freaky. Another thing, elephants can smell numbers. They have the best noses on earth, and experiments show they can actually smell what sealed bucket has the most sunflower seeds without looking. But also means when they give you a sack of bananas to feed them, they know exactly how much you got on you. You will not be convincing them otherwise. I really try to pull fast, but Joey said, yeah,
Oh my God, that's amazing.
you're not doing that. Run it. Also, wait, where's the rest of you? Oh, yep, there they are. Elephants are way better climbers than I thought. Like, I
Oh my
don't know how
God.
they got up there. No, like literally, I tried to follow them. I couldn't. To me, the most important thing, and I hope y'all get to do this at least once, but when you look an elephant in the eyes, that's just a feeling like you can see how intelligent they are. You can see how aware and like what they've been through, and I don't know. There's just something about making eye contact with an animal that's suffering.
Dude, this is like legitimately, this was going to a dark place, and I did not want it to go to a dark place. I am so glad to be seeing this. This is so cool what he got to do. That is so amazing.
Suffered so much and finally knows it's safe. That's a core moment. And the thing is, I just know if more people knew, they'd take this over any other elephant flex you could buy. It's really the elephant nature park. And I'm gonna break your heart one last time, because now the real reason for this video. They actually flooded right after I left.
No.
We're talking the worst one in the wild for a place that's pretty used to it. And while a little water's normally nothing to an elephant, a lot of the ones here are disabled from years of work. We're talking dislocated hips, injuries from stepping on landmines, and some of them are even blind. And unfortunately, 2 of the elephants I met, they're not here anymore. So there's an emergency flood relief fund to help them recover, and they could really use some help, so you already know where that link's going. It'll be in the description.
It'll
Also,
be
it's
in the
not just
description,
elephants.
guys.
EMP has cows, pigs, monkeys, geese, and a very friendly population of dogs. They've done a lot of good in the world, and right now they really need that back. So if you can help, if you're able, that'd be great. But even in the worst possible time, elephants show me why they're my favorite. These 3 elephants are actually guiding a 4th blind one, walking just slow enough and making just enough noise for her to safely follow him. If that doesn't make you want to protect them at all costs, nothing will. Also interviewed one of the mahouts, and the full conversation will be posted on Patreon. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you actually know there's one more thing. Thank you. Ooh, that was corny, but hear me out. And this year I went to the Turtle Center in the Cayman Islands,
That's
swam
awesome.
with sharks in Hawaii, and now I got to meet my favorite animal, and I do not do any of that without y'all. I don't think y'all understand. Like, y'all done changed the trajectory of my whole life. My job before this had nothing to do with animals. Now I basically LARP as Nigel Thornberry. Like, are you for real? I'll never not be grateful for y'all. Even if this is your first time watching, the fact that you watched this far. Alright, that's enough much. I'm gonna need y'all to drink water, hug your mother and your father. Je t'aime, baby June. By the way, she's okay. I don't think I said that. Thank you, Lek. Thank you all. And I'ma see y'all. Man, y'all already know. In the next one. Well, that's all I got. I'm sorry. It's like they put like these sunflower seeds in boxes, different amounts, and they closed them, and they were able to tell which one had more sunflower seeds just by smelling. It's insane. Like, that nose is incredible. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Wild casual yapping in its natural habitat.
หวังฤทัยโศกสันที่ตรมสุดพิรมรำพันไทย
guys. That was about to really upset me. I don't mess with animals. I have a very healthy respect for wildlife. I have a very healthy respect for nature. And I don't like seeing when people do dumb things around animals, but I really hate it when I see people being cruel to animals. I do not like that. In fact, it might, like, me and my wife have discussed hunting and doing, homesteading, where we would raise animals. We would actually raise animals for meat. And my wife has literally spent months researching like the most like humane ways and the best the ways for the animals to live their best lives. She's done like ungodly amounts of research into this. But the one thing I hate more than anything else is to see somebody abusing animals. You're not like, that's just low beyond low beyond the limits of low. Like, we are omnivores. We have to eat meat. We do. And I am in vast disagreement with the way that the current meat industry is done. And I want things to change. Like, that is no way for these animals to really live. But there's, at this point, I mean, that's part of the reason we're going to be doing homesteading, is to kind of get out of that cycle, as much as we can. And I just, seeing pictures like that of those elephants, it actually drives me a little bit crazy inside. It's like, what kind of person are you? What kind of person are you? You know? Like, that's just not right. That is just, in so many ways, impossibly wrong. I am so glad that he found a great place to go and see some elephants. Just being elephants, man. Just being elephants. And the little one, man, this little guy right here, he's all up in it right there. He is all up in it. Stepping on his trunk. He's just having himself a good day. War pugs. Our history with animals has not been a good one. I hope that one day we'll find a better way. We'll find just better ways to coexist. And I just hope that happens one day. I hope we find just a better method for everything that we do. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes that's what happens. It just takes time for us to figure out a way. Those pictures mess with me. That's one of the most nasty, ugly, disgusting things I have ever seen. And it's going, like, that one's gonna bother me. Because I went and I saw Barnum Bailey's and everything like that, and I thought, oh wow, that's amazing. Like, look how the elephants do. And just knowing now what I know, what went into that, what they did, I never want to see another person riding an elephant ever again. Like, just to be completely honest with you. I'm gonna get off this, War Pugs. I'm gonna get off this. I will say this though. Casual Geographic, I know exactly how he feels when he talks about his community. My community has been amazing to me. I am so glad that he got to go do this. That had to be one of the greatest experiences that you could possibly have. He has been to the Caymans. He has been to the Caymans to swim the sea turtles. I One day I hope I can do stuff like this and show you guys. That would be amazing for me. That would be amazing to me. But until then, Warpugs, thank you guys so much for joining me. Check the links in the description down below, and I will catch you guys next time. Check the shop down below for merch. Join as a member of Patreon for early access. Later, guys. Be nice to animals.